How can you move through life calculated? Okay, it's something that a lot of men would love to know. Okay, but at the same time, a lot of people are idiots. Okay, what they will do is say, I'm fat, I'm broke, and I'm a loser. Let's play Call of Duty time and let's end off the night with jerking off so that I can fall asleep quicker and then I'll get more sleep. Complete fucking idiots. Complete incels on earth. Scum of the earth. And the thing is, they'll have all the time in the world, okay? All the time in the world, and then they'll still wonder why I'm doing this, why I'm doing that, okay? And I'm not even here trying to give you a motivational talk or anything. I'm genuinely telling you how you can move through life calculated. You literally probably have 5 hours a day where you're not even using it, okay? Maybe you want 2 hours to unwind, whatever. Have that. What are you doing with the other 3 fucking hours, bro? You can't afford to be playing video games, okay? So one thing I would tell you is just whatever that advice is, whether it's watching a show or playing video games, just cut it out. Just cut it out. Okay, I'm not gonna give you bullshit strategy. Start by reducing it 10 minutes a day. Just cut it the fuck out, okay? And then you'll notice that, oh shit, I do have time. What do I do with this time? Okay? Then what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to make more time for something that you have found productive. Maybe it's starting a business. Maybe it's learning a new skill that will help you make money. Maybe it's the gym. Okay? Maybe it's working on your communication skills. Whatever it is, you just need to cut out that time and boom. Because the thing is with video games and these shows and movies is they're literally from the system, okay? And you know it is because you're getting rewarded for nothing. You're getting all that dopamine for nothing. You're jerking off and getting an orgasm from pixels on a screen. Tell me that's not from the system to literally numb you down from all the incels and just get rid of you. It's population control, okay? Soon your pee is gonna stop working and you can't reproduce. Soon no woman is gonna want to be with you, and all the men who have their life together are gonna have 4 wives. That's how it's gonna go. And you might not believe me, but it's gonna go back to as if like ancient times where the kings, the soldiers, the warriors had multiple women and the peasants had none. Because no girl wants to be with a loser, bro. And I'm telling you this as a brother. You need to cut out the video games, the shows, the pornography. Because these are all vices. Life, yes, may be hard, but this is a short-term pleasure. If you want to lock in and if you want to change your life, one thing you're going to need to do is just cut it out. And what you'll notice is you will have time. Just literally an hour a day, just work out. Just start doing that. And what you're gonna notice is that once you start doing this, you're gonna wanna say, you know what, I'll just do 2 hours a day, or maybe I can also do this. You're gonna get addicted to leveling up once you start replacing the bad habits with the good habits. Once you get addicted to leveling up, you're a dangerous man, okay? But the thing is, a lot of your dopamine receptors are fried. So what I would recommend is get rid of all social media, because scrolling will literally destroy your dopamine receptors, okay? Don't go on your phone when you wake up, because you're giving yourself a whole bunch of dopamine that you don't need. And for some of you incels out there who are really like fiends, crack fiends for dopamine, don't even have breakfast, okay? Don't even have breakfast, because you're rewarding yourself for nothing. You haven't hunted. You haven't gathered resources or materials to provide for your family, okay? You haven't made any money yet. You haven't done anything. So what I would recommend is you cut out all the vices, okay? Obviously, I'm not going to say... I mean, the thing is, a lot of you can and a lot of you can't cut out all the vices at once, because there's some of you who play video games, and then there's some of you who watch shows, and then there's some of you who jerk off. But then there's some of you who do all three of those things, okay? So obviously I would say first thing you want to do is cut out the video games and the jerking off, because those two are just giving you dopamine that isn't plain, giving you dopamine that isn't even needed, okay, that you didn't even earn or you don't even deserve. So, and then, you know, cut out the shows, obviously. Or if you find that you're even being productive and you can watch a show, then who cares? Maybe watch a show for an hour a day. But the thing is, you guys say, oh, I'll just play video games for an hour a day, or I'll just do this for 2 hours a day, and you know, but I'm still getting my work done. I wouldn't say to do that. I would say cut out the video games entirely, and then that 1 or 2 hours a day you have extra, also use that towards your work, and that's like 30-60 hours extra a month. And then towards the end of the month, if you reach a goal for your business or your fitness, then you reward yourself by saying, you know what, I'm going on a marathon, okay, where I just watch shows, I just binge watch shows because I earned it. I gave extra 650 hours, okay, out of this month towards my business, and I made extra couple thousands of dollars, or extra couple hundreds of dollars. So now I deserve a break. Maybe get yourself a dessert or whatever, buy yourself something. Then you will get addicted to leveling up, because then you're saying, okay, now I'm actually earning this dopamine, instead of, you know, just giving it to myself in little bits by bits every day. Because what you'll notice is it's just short-term pleasure. Then every day you're giving it to yourself without any effort. But once you give it to yourself after 50 hours, it will get your monkey brain to actually understand the concept of earning dopamine. So that's something of how you can move through life more calculated, because what it will also do is, once you switch your brain to an actual normal human, because this is, don't think you did something good, oh yeah, now I'm not addicted to getting endless free dopamine, because that's how a human is supposed to be, that's how a man is supposed to be through all of time, okay? You think back in the day when men were fighting wars, they had free dopamine, they had dopamine where they could just click a button and they get rewarded? No, they had to go for war, okay? They had to peak condition to fight in wars, okay? Build themselves a name, become warriors, and then they could have a wife to reproduce, to pleasure them, you know, to earn pleasure from. So don't think you did something crazy. Now, how you can move through life calculated is that you got to understand what your problems are, and you got to make a step-by-step plan to attack it. Let's say your problem is that you're broke, okay? How are you going to calculate of how to, you know, get out the situation, and or, you know, make a pivot a way out of the situation of you being broke? You need to sit down and analyze. What am I doing every day? How much time do I have on my hands? And what is the modern day way to make money? Okay, and it doesn't even have to be a modern day way. It can be anything. What is a way to make money that I can do? Okay, if it's a skill, if it's something that you need to learn, if it's a course you need to take, start today, bro. Start today. Because if you don't start today, a year later on, when you finally decide to start, you're going to regret that you didn't start. Because if it's a year course, by next year, when you decide to do that course, you could have already been done and making the money. So whatever it is, even if it's going to the gym, I don't care what it is. If you don't know what to do at the gym, do fucking push-ups. Everybody knows. Okay, if I'm out of shape, I'm going to do push-ups and I'm going to walk 10K steps a day. You know this. You just don't want to do it. You're lazy. So that's why I first said, get your brain back to normal, where you don't reward yourself for endless dopamine, okay? And you don't reward yourself for dopamine that you don't even deserve. Then we can look at how you calculate yourself through life, of how you're supposed to do push-ups, of how you're supposed to walk 10,000 steps a day. Because if you don't have the right mindset, if your brain is so fried, you're going to do it for 2 days and then you're going to give up, Okay, this is what people do. I'm going on a 30-day hard transformation, blah 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 blah, and then their dopamine receptors are so fried. After 2 days, they give up, and they do this like probably every 2 months. Okay, 30-day transformation, 30-day transformation. They get nowhere. But if you literally walked 5,000 steps a day, just five, half of what you're supposed to do, every single day, how much more in shape would you be than just being super hard and super aggressive with it? Okay, what if you replace you watching shows with a podcast and you walking 10,000 steps in that time? You would become smarter, you would have more knowledge, and you would be more shredded.